films we never heard of. They're always so fresh, familiar, and fantastic visually to me. But why do I enjoy them more than modern day movies? 90s films reflected a time of hope, peace, and novelty. The Soviet Union collapsed, putting an end to the Cold War. Nelson Mandela became the South Africa's president, and the internet was still in its early phases. Additionally, a new wave of actors and actresses debuted, such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, Julia Roberts, Angelina Jolie, and many more. Since the internet was still new, there was still a lack of background information on these new actors. And to me, this may have created this alluring aura of mystery around them, which makes them captivating to watch, compared to now where social media always updates us about upcoming actresses and actors. 1688, Swiss medical student Johannes Hofer established nostalgia, which is derived from the Greek words nostos, homecoming, and algos, pain, anguish. Hofer introduced the term nostalgia to describe the homesickness experienced by Swiss mercenaries engaged in combat on foreign flatlands. Mal de Suisse was a condition that military doctors diagnosed as brain and ear damage caused by the continuous ringing of cowbells. Symptoms that were identified included fever, fainting, and a longing for alpine scenery. According to Carr, she just suggested it can appear in films through an emotional bond with the memory of a movie or the recognizable style of a bygone age. As cinema becomes a medium for nostalgia, people cling to it as a means of reliving any period of time they yearn for. As a result, the nostalgic comfort movie is a journey back to a simpler era, a previous self, or a place of familiarity. Whether it's laughing at the funny duo Carter and Lee in Rush Hour, binging Home Alone 1 and 2 every Christmas, or seeing my sister replay Matilda scenes for the millionth time on YouTube, I can't help but feel a warm embrace of the past I never experienced. Not only is colour an aesthetic style choice for films, but it's also a unique tool to show the story and character development of the film rather than tell via psychological lens. By achieving this, 90s movies become a realistic portrait of the self and real life through its emotion and symbolism. For example, in the 1995's Lion, Matthew Kassovitz intentionally shot in black and white to depict the mundane monotony of social issues. Areas of France, La Banlieue, such as racism, police brutality, and how it affected young working class boys. We can see that the use of black and white and grey displays the bleakness of the banlieue. No shops, no cinemas, no school, just buildings and negative space, which motivated young boys to perhaps engage in deviant behaviour, sell drugs and crime. Despite the characters Vince, Said and Hubert's different background, in terms of ethnicity and religion, the monochrome equalizes these three young boys' experience of marginalization, mirroring the real life of young working class boys in France. Colour can also be used to build self-identity and social identity, especially through fashion. When we watch Clueless, Cher's iconic yellow plaid outfit is not just a trendsetter, but highlights her bubbly personality, with yellow evoking optimism despite her high social status. Throughout the film though, Cher's constant outfit changes may reveal her desire for social acceptance. This links to Cooley's Looking Glass theory, where the appearance is shaped by the perception of others. Cher's fashion represents how she deals with social perception as it contrasts with psychological tension between authenticity and external validation. Whereas Tai's earthy and neutral colours mirrors her grunge style and calm demeanour, making her stand out to her peers. As she spent more time with Cher and Diane, she conforms to their attitudes, which leads to a less authentic self, as it feels like she's dressing up. This could be an example of informational social influence, especially identification, where the individual adopts the attitudes because they want to obtain group membership to be admired, but only when the group is present. But it's almost like a mask where her attitudes and behaviour changes, where she's more strong-headed and even rude to Cher, losing aspects of her past self. In terms of her character arc, it could suggest how colour can reflect for experimenting new versions of herself to find what's most authentic to her. At the end of the movie, Tai merges her grunge and preppy to an integrated identity, and this subtle change reveals how identity can and perception can be explored through fashion and colour, rather than just being a generic 90s teen rom comedy. Therefore, the colour in 90s films allows us to view the character's inner world, which is a powerful yet quiet tool of showing, not telling. Finally, I think one reason why 90s movies stand out was the passion, creativity, and risk filmmakers had. For example, Pulp Fiction has a unique and non-linear storytelling and memorable dialogue. Silence of the Lambs thriller, and as it delves into the character's motivations and complex emotions and questions it raises, and how The Matrix makes you question whether reality is real, and the philosophy of purpose, with its killer fighting scenes inspired from anime. 90s filmmakers did not shy away from combining old and new ideas into a refreshing way that still makes it relevant even to today. At the end of the day, I think 90s movies were the best during that period, due to the simpler times where the world was mostly hopeful and optimistic despite the challenges. The movies captured the art of passion, running wild and taking risks to construct a unique identity, which is hard to find today. And personally, I believe that I always have a special place in our hearts to come back to rewatch a golden era.